Welcome to the JLLB Media Podcast.
Great to be diving into this.
So, picture this. It's last May, Minibar 19 at Best Buy headquarters. A room packed with really smart, driven entrepreneurs.
Yeah, the kind of people you'd think have it all figured out.
Exactly.
Right.
But there was this feeling in the air, stagnation almost. And Juan Llerena gets up on stage.
Ah, yes, his presentation. Lessons from the trenches.
Real-world strategies to help stuck entrepreneurs move forward. That was the title. And honestly, it felt like a collective sigh of relief in the room.
It really struck a chord, didn't it? Because that feeling of being stuck, it's just so incredibly common for entrepreneurs.
Way more common than people talk about.
Yeah.
You're putting in the work, the hours, but nothing's moving.
It's like running on a treadmill. And that's what we're digging into today. Why does this happen? And, what can you actually do about it?
Right. So think of this as a deep dive, not some formal lecture. We're exploring why so many talented people get stuck, whether you're in tech, creative fields, whatever.
Yeah.
If you felt that running in place feeling, this is for you.
And we're drawing heavily from Ron's presentation notes, that PDF titled Notes Lessons from the Trenches. It's our guide here.
Good point. And let's be clear up front, feeling stuck isn't like a personal failing.
No, absolutely not. Juan actually highlighted some stats from Founder Reports 2024. Get this. 87.7% of entrepreneurs struggle with mental health stuff.
Wow, almost 90%.
Yeah. And nearly half, 45.8%, deal with high stress. So feeling stuck, it's almost part of the territory for many.
And Juan's seen this firsthand, right, over the last 4 years, working with all sorts of entrepreneurs.
Totally. Immigrants with incredible drive, professionals making a big career shift, super talented creatives.
Fair people, experienced people.
Exactly. But they all share this common thread, feeling exhausted, stuck, and often blaming themselves for it.
So what does stuck even mean here?
Well, the Cambridge Dictionary definition he used is pretty good. Unable to move or set in a particular position or way of thinking.
So it's not just about business stalling. It's also a mindset thing.
Precisely. It's that feeling of being trapped. And through his work, Juan saw these patterns emerge, these 3 common stuck modes.
Okay, let's break those down. Mode number 1, the overthinker.
Ah, the overthinker. Got lots of ideas, right? But paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect everything. So they never actually start.
He gave an example, didn't he? A client who put off launching a product for a whole year.
A whole year. Just because the branding didn't feel like absolutely right.
It sounds almost extreme, but it happens. That need for perfection before taking any action.
It's that fear underneath, maybe. Fear of not being good enough.
Could be. But the advice is pretty clear. Done is better than perfect. Launch, then learn.
Get it out there.
Yeah.
Iterate. Don't wait for flawless.
Exactly. Think 80-20 rule. Getting something 80% right and out the door is way better than aiming for 100% that never happens, like social media posts.
Right. Good enough is often good enough to start. Love the quote from the notes. Progress over perfection. Your version 1 will always be better than version none.
So true. And he suggested practical ways to test things out, like lean canvas.
Yeah, that one-page business plan.
Yeah.
Or doing a mini launch. Just dip your toe in before going all in.
Smart. Okay, so that's the overthinker. What's mode number 2?
The hustling hamster.
I think we all know this one. Or been this one.
Yeah, totally. Doing all the things. Constantly busy, busy, busy.
But not actually growing. Lacking that clear direction.
Exactly. The solopreneur trying to manage invoices, marketing, sales, everything. No time left to think strategically.
They're just reacting all day. The antidote Juan suggests, clarity is the antidote to burnout.
Makes sense.
Focus on 3 goals for the next 90 days. Say no to what's not aligned.
That saying no part is crucial, isn't it?
It really is. It's about prioritizing ruthlessly. He mentioned using a matrix emergency, urgent, important, for later.
Distinguishing what's truly important versus what just feels urgent.
Right. Stop the constant doing and focus. As the notes say, focus drives impact. Stop doing more. Start doing what matters.
And he recommends that simple one-page strategy. Just 3 priorities for 90 days. Keep it tight.
Keeps you honest. Okay, 3rd mode.
The silent expert.
Ooh, intriguing. What's that about?
This is someone with deep knowledge, tons of experience, real skills, but nobody knows it.
Ah, so they lack visibility.
Exactly. Maybe it's fear, maybe imposter syndrome, that feeling of, I'm not really qualified even when you are.
That nagging voice. Or just feeling they're not quite ready to share their expertise.
Right. Juan mentioned someone with like 10+ years experience who was terrified to post on LinkedIn.
Wow, that's expertise just sitting there, unused. Are there other fears? Like being copied?
That too. Fear of ideas being stolen or just the general discomfort of the spotlight.
So what's the way out for the silent expert?
The advice is visibility opens doors. Speak up, even if you're still figuring it out.
Embrace the messy middle, kind of.
Yeah, and focus on helping others, not just self-promotion. Understand your style, practice your pitch, but make it about providing value.
That shifts the focus outwards, makes it less scary, maybe.
And it's okay to be vulnerable. Admit what you don't know, offer to find out, build trust.
Love that quote. Visibility creates opportunity. Start sharing your story messy, real, and human.
Use storytelling, build community. It helps build that confidence.
So, overthinker, hustling hamster, silent expert, 3 common ways to get stuck.
And the big takeaway Juan stressed was,
Yeah.
once you name the stuck pattern, you can change it.
Just identifying it is powerful. Recognizing, oh, that's me. I'm doing the hustling hamster thing.
Right. It's not about being broken. The notes say being stuck doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're ready for a shift in strategy and mindset.
But it requires wanting to change, right? Working on yourself, learning, unlearning.
Definitely. And he offered some self-reflection prompts to help kickstart that. First one, what's one thing in your business that you're holding on to that's no longer serving you?
Oof, that could be anything. Negative thoughts, bad habits, maybe even people or processes.
Stuff you need to let go of. And the second prompt, what's one thing you know deep down you need to focus on next?
That's about forward motion. Could be self-care, learning something new, finally launching that thing.
Or maybe delegating, finding a partner. What's the real next step?
It comes back to clarity, doesn't it? Not necessarily needing more time, but more clarity on where to spend the time you have.
Absolutely. I know from experience, hitting that burnout wall forces that clarity. It's painful, but necessary sometimes.
And that actually leads perfectly into the practical solution Juan presented, the 11T framework.
Right, his framework to get unstuck and thriving. Simple, repeatable.
Grounded in real life. 3 parts. Part 1.
Clarify your past.
Okay.
What does that involve?
Asking the tough question. What do I actually want? Not what the industry expects, not what looks good on Instagram. What do you want?
Getting really honest with yourself. Cut it through the noise.
Exactly. Juan said, I've seen the biggest transformations happen when people stop doing more and start doing less with purpose.
Intentionality.
Less busy work, more purposeful action. Okay, part 2.
Simplify your strategy.
And this sounds familiar.
It echoes the advice for the hamster. Pick 3 priorities for the next 90 days. That's it. Not 30, not 10.
Just 3. Ruthless focus again? It's that same quote, right? Stop doing more, start doing less with purpose.
That seems to be a core theme. Okay, part 3 of 11T.
Protect your energy.
The self-care piece, but framed as essential business strategy.
Totally. Rest is productive. You are your business's #1 asset. You can't run on empty.
So what does protecting energy look like in practice?
He listed things like journaling, co-working for that social energy, weekly reflections, digital detoxes, putting the phone away.
Good one. Exercise, sleep.
Crucial.
Yeah.
And just having fun, letting yourself recharge, because again, transformation comes when you do less, but with purpose.
And the Elevate T book dives deeper into managing stress and imposter syndrome too, right?
Yeah, things like keeping a success journal, reframing negative self-talk, getting support, practical tools.
It all ties together. To make it real, he shared a couple of quick stories.
Yeah, just briefly. One was a burned-out entrepreneur, spread way too thin,
What did they do?
focused on just one core service, simplified everything, and doubled their revenue.
Wow. Less really was more there.
And the other, an immigrant business owner, kind of like the silent expert example.
Hesitant to be visible.
Exactly. But they started leading community workshops, sharing their knowledge, became a recognized leader, grew their business. It shows this stuff works. Transformation is possible.
It's inspiring, which leads to Juan's final message, which I thought was really powerful.
What was that?
You are not behind. You're just getting started. And there's no one right way to build a business, but there's a better way to build one that doesn't break you.
That's good. Really good. Takes the pressure off, but still pushes you forward.
And the key takeaway ties back to the start. If you're stuck, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you're ready for change.
And change starts with clarity, not chaos. Love that.
And for folks wanting to dig deeper, that journal-style book he created, 11T. It sounds like a really practical tool.
Yeah, designed to help you reflect, plan, and actually move forward with that clarity and intention we've been talking about.
So if that sounds helpful, You can check it out later, no pressure, at jllbmedia.com. Felevate-book.
Just putting it out there as a resource.
Because honestly, the world needs what entrepreneurs bring.
Yeah.
But not entrepreneurs who are totally exhausted, broke, or hiding their light.
Well said. We need you thriving. So maybe we leave people with those actionable steps from Juan's closing.
Good idea. First, start small.
So show up even when it's scary, just show up.
Stay focused on those key priorities.
Ask for help. You don't have to do it alone.
And yeah, definitely check out the resources. Grab the 11T book if it resonates. Join the community.
And remember, Juan Llerena is the founder of JLLB Media Creative Strategy and Business Growth. You can find everything at jllbmedia.com.
Right. Connect on LinkedIn, order the book, all the info's there. Thanks for diving deep into this today.
Absolutely. Hopefully this helps someone feel a little less stuck.